Hello everyone, you're all welcome today. You're all welcome. Yeah, you're all welcome today. Let us give it a few minutes, please. You're all welcome today. Please keep sharing the live session. We'll be starting soon, please. Okay, everyone, you're all welcome today. We're having a relationship talk today, so please feel free to get involved, jump in the conversation. Right, you're welcome. No, what's happened to Facebook? Okay, so everyone, today's topic is finding, becoming the right person and finding the right person. That's what we're discussing today. And we really want this section today to be one that you will be able to, you know, get involved. It's a real life uh, stuff we go through every day, right? So it's something that I really want everyone to jump into it. Okay. Can I say those on YouTube, please? If you're on YouTube, please let's know that you are there. Can you drop a comment? If you're on TikTok, please drop a comment. We'll be live soon on Facebook. Kind of having some glitches over there. Okay. Please, as you come in, kindly share the live session. Kindly share the live session. As soon as you come in, please share the live session and invite someone to join. All right. Invite someone to join. Ooh. Before we start, and what are your expectations today? What are your expectations today? Can you go to the charts and let's know your expectation today? The topic says becoming the right person versus finding the right person. What are your expectations today? I'm waiting to see your charts in the comment section. So I'm just kind of delaying a little bit because I want us to go live in the three platforms we are going live. Facebook is here to come up, so that is why we're having the little delay. Okay, please let's know your expectations today. What are you expecting from this session? What do you want to take home at the end of this session? Okay, and TikTok. Okay, that's nice. All right, those on YouTube, I want to hear your comment too. What are your take home for today? What do you want to take home at the end of looking at the topic? What do you want to take home today? Okay, so we're all live right now, and we are going right in. So today's topic of discussion is, you know, becoming the right person. Becoming the right person. Now, I'm going to be asking us a lot of questions today, right? And I really want everyone to get involved. I don't just want it to be that I'm the only one speaking. So becoming the right person. What does it mean to become the right person to you? When you hear the term becoming the right person, what does that mean to you? It's not just, is it just a term that you just hear and you just want to walk away from? Or it's one that, you know, strikes something in your head anytime you hear that point, that term, becoming the right person. Okay. So today teaching is not just important because it's just one we talk about, but it's important and it's powerful. Because if you look at the environment where you are, where I am, people are only running search engines, right? People are running search engines. They're looking for who will take their boredom, who will take their weaknesses, when they should be running a mirror, should be running a mirror on ourselves to really see ourselves and tell ourselves this is who we are. So we have checklist of who we want, you know, who we term the right person. Everyone is looking for the right person. So we have that checklist of who we term the right person. But we have never asked ourselves, am I the person that the right person we really want? If you look at yourself, if you mirror yourself today, are you the right person? Are you that person that the right person will really want? It's a question that you should ask yourself, and it's something that we really want to demystify today. If God will bring the right person to you right now, will the right person say, I am glad that I met you? Or the right person will just have to manage you? We many times hear a statement like, I want someone to love me for who I am, which is not a bad one. But at the same time, if the reverse is to be the case, would you love the other person for who he is? Many times, all we know is, we are very quick to condemning others. We are very quick to, label others and make others believe that they are not, they are not doing well, which can be true or can also be a lie. But the truth is that if we can mirror ourselves, if we can tell ourselves, sit down in the mirror and look at ourselves, you really know that the person you are always complaining about might not really be the problem. The person might not really be the problem. You might be the problem. You might be the problem. So today we're going to be doing a lot of mirroring today. We're going to place mirror before us and just kind of mirror ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to leave this conversation with the satisfaction that you have been able to look at yourself and know that, okay, this is where the challenge is. What is the next thing? There should be a roadmap from here. It's not just to come to this session and, just hear us talk or hear me talk. At the end of the day, you leave and that ends it. No, that is not the intention. The intention is that as you leave here, you should be able to go home and do a self-evaluation. Ask yourself, am I really doing well? Am I really doing well? What area of my life do I need to improve? Because in a relationship, if every one of us can just sit back and mirror ourselves, relationship will be a better one. But if all we do is to always and consistently point finger at someone, you will only endure that relationship for a while. So if God answered that your prayer today or tonight, depending on where you're watching from, and brought that your ideal partner to you into your life right now, would they be happy they found you? I'm talking to you that is watching me right now. Would they be happy? Will the right partner be happy that he or she found you? So where you are watching, wherever you're watching me from, I want you to do one thing. What are the top things you want from your partner? Can you take a pen and write them down? What are the top things you want from your partner? You're not going to show me. Just keep it with yourself. What are the top things that you want? Let's say 5 things you want from your partner. I'm going to give you a few more minutes or a few seconds to do that because I really want us to look at it. You're not going to tell me, but I'm just going to kind of make an assumption to what you have written in your list. All right. I believe that you have written 1 or 2 things in your list, but let's discuss it. So you say that everything that you have said you want that person that is caring, that is God-fearing, that is, understanding. All of those things you wrote are things that someone is also praying for. Someone is praying for the exact thing that you wrote down in your list of what the right partner, what the right person should be. Someone is praying for that exact thing. So the real question shouldn't be where are they or where is the person? The real question is, are you becoming that person that you have written in your book? The person that you so desire that, or those characteristics you want from a person, are you that person, or are there systems you have put in place to becoming the person that you have written down that you're actually looking for or in your partner? So this is not just for single folks, this is just for the married folks. Every time we have certain complaint, my partner is doing this, my partner is not doing that. The character you want from your partner, if the table is to turn today, are you becoming that thing, that character, that personality that you want your partner to become? So today we're not just talking about finding the right person. We are talking about becoming. The message is very clear and is open to the singles and to the married folks. Because becoming never stops. Becoming is a process. It's a journey. It never stops. No one stop learning. All of us are always in the process of learning. So you have to be very intentional about that and about your growth. So you ask me, okay, why does relationship fail? If all of these things you are saying are true, why do they fail? But before we come to that, why those relationship or why the young dude, that fine, amazing looking dude left you, let's, look at some things. So the single guys, are looking for the right person. The married folks are wondering if they married the right person. So you say that you're not alone. So just the way you are thinking, you think that you have issues. The same way the married folks also thinking. Sometimes the partner exhibits certain character and they are wondering, did I marry the right person? Are you sure I didn't make a mistake? But let's look at it together. So the right person fantasy, that ideology is really a desire to be completed by someone else. It's really a desire to be completed by someone else. What we call standard are sometimes just unexamined wounds in our lives. We have situation, wounds, trauma that we have not dealt with. We place them or we place it as a standard. And anyone that comes to your life has to work with that or have to live by that or have to, whatever you call it. So we want someone to be patient with us, whereas we are not patient with others. So married people fall into this group too. If they don't change, I wish they can just change. I wish this person can just be this, can just change. This marriage would have worked, or this marriage will work better, or we're more happier in this marriage. I wish my partner can be more patient, can be more understanding, can be more this, can be more that. This would work well. Things will work well between us. So the question is not where the person is. That is not the question. The question is, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? The single might be asking, where is my partner? The question is not where your partner is. In the process of you waiting, who are you becoming? Why am I with this person? As a married folk, who am I becoming in that marriage? So it's key that we note this. Many times we ask ourselves, we tell ourselves, I need someone that's emotionally available. As a person, are you emotionally available? Are you? You need someone that is financially responsible. Are you financially responsible? If I give you an ATM right now and tell you withdraw whatever you want, what are you going to do with it? Are you financially responsible? You want someone to be kind even under pressure. Are you kind under pressure? So these are the questions that you should ask yourself. So they don't just build fantasy over your head. Like I said earlier, the intention of this session today is for us to do self-evaluation, not to point finger. We want a community. We want an environment. We want a place where, or enabling environment where everybody will be able to thrive. And how can you thrive when you have wounds that have not healed and you carry that wound to the relationship and you expect the partner to be patient with you? If the reverse is the case, would you be patient with your partner? Would you be patient with your partner? So we're going to be looking at the foundation. Why relationship really fails. I characterize them under three. One is unhealed wounds, unexamined expectations, undeveloped self-awareness. really this the last point, undeveloped self-awareness, is really key because many are moving around. You don't even know yourself. You're not even aware of who you are. Your choice is what you want, why you make those choices, who you want to become. You don't know. You are not aware of yourself. How emotionally available or unavailable that you are, you don't know. So it's important that we take note of this, do a self-evaluation. Then with all of this, the 3 point I made on healed wounds, unexamined expectations, undeveloped self-awareness, then we expect the other person to complete us. You expect the other person to love to erase what therapy has not touched. What you need is not love at this point. You need to visit a therapist to help you. Because love does not heal what you refuse to confront. Love does not heal what you refuse to confront. You have to intentionally confront that situation. Intentionally. Then love can help you. But if you're if you are on the you are not on the know of what the situation is. Even when someone is trying to help you, you will see that as the person is insulting you. So you are waiting for, as a single, you are waiting for the right person while carrying things that will hurt them. To the married, you say, okay, I'm married right now. I found someone. I found someone. Now your unhealed wound is colliding with theirs daily, injuring them daily, destroying them daily. So this is not just for the male or not just for the female, it's for the both. We have male that are in this category, destroying their partner. We have female also that in this category, destroying their partner. So the gender thing doesn't play here. We have every one of us go through this, in both gender. Everyone go through this in both gender. So I want you to sit down where you are right now and think quietly. I want you to really think. What has hurt? Or better way, well, better, let me put it this way. What has hurt you that you haven't fully healed from? What is that thing that has hurt you that you haven't really healed from? That if something is said about it, you will just get angry immediately. Not because of the person, but because of the past. And honestly, if you're able to identify what that past wound looks like or what it is, how has this past wound shown up in your relationship right now? If you're not in a relationship, your relationship before, relationship must not be, it's not just about you being entangled with a man or a woman. No, it can also be your friend, your friends around you. How has the wound or the past wound shown up in that relationship between you and them? I'm not asking you to share with me, but just note it down in your diary because it's going to be one of those things that you will need to intentionally work on. It's something that you have to intentionally work on. So becoming the right person is not about perfection. Nobody is asking you to be perfect. That is not the intent. It's about intentionality. It's about being intentional. Okay, you have identified that this is the challenge. You have to be able to put system in place that will help you walk you walk you through that. Not living in self-denial. So you identify the issue and you are intentional to getting help, getting healing where necessary. So the period of singlehood is not the period of waiting. It is, I call it the period of workshop. It's a period where you have to intentionally work on yourself, where you have to intentionally groom yourself to that person that you'll be proud that you have become, especially in the future. So for the married folks, so marriage doesn't, finish you. No, marriage only reveals you who you are. So what marriage reveals is an invitation for you to grow. You have to be you have to be intentional about growing, even when marriage have revealed all of, when you are in a relationship with someone, once you're angry with the person, you say, you go to your house, maybe 1 or 2 days, sometimes a week, you guys will not see. When the anger is down, you guys will say, okay, I'm sorry. But in marriage, that is not the case. If you're angry, you're going to be in that house. If you're whatever, you're going to be in that house, right? So there's no place you're going to say, okay, let me go and calm myself down. It's especially if you guys have only one room in the house. So everything you do is in the face of your partner. So at that time, marriage will reveal you. It will show you your weakness. It will show you your strength. So at that point, what do you need to do? You have to be intentional about your growth because marriage have made the growth naked before you. So becoming means doing the inner work that is required for your growth. The inner work that aid healing of old wounds, building emotional maturity, learning how to love without fear, learning how to love without fear. So love is a skill, not just a feeling. I've heard people say a lot of amazing things about love. But one thing you must know is this: love is a skill, not just a feeling. And a skill can be developed. A skill can be developed. A skill can be developed. Love is a skill, not just a feeling. And a skill can be developed. So I'm going to be giving you 4 pillars of becoming. The number one of the 4 pillars of becoming is emotional intelligence. What does that mean? Knowing what you feel and why. That is emotional intelligence. Knowing what you feel and why. Responding instead of reacting. Communicating without weaponizing your communication or your tool that is available before you. For instance, someone tells you about a situation and later he does something. Instead of you just responding to what the person did at the moment, you said, that was how you did this many years ago. That was how you did that person. This character has not changed. That is called weaponizing communication. The person told you something in trust. And because you guys are having issue, you reference what the person told you in trust and using that as a tool to make them feel bad. So this happened with the singles, it happened with the married. Especially in marriage, this happened a lot. Because when two folks are having issue or having arguments, there's always, this challenge of who will win. So you're going to use every tool available before you to make sure you win. All right. But that is not it. The goal of marriage is not for you to fight and win. It's for you to fight and make headway. Yeah, there is a misunderstanding. Then what is the next thing? So I'm going to be looking at this scenario. A conflict happens and one person shut down completely, or the other person and the other person explodes. You cannot build intimacy with someone who disappears when it is hard. It's not possible. Some people just like running when there is a situation. They like zooming off. They don't want to talk about it. Something happened. They don't want to talk about it. Can you just leave me? Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. My friend, you can never build intimacy with that kind of person. You guys are just managing yourself. Time will come when you guys will be tired of yourself and you have to leave. Why? Because you can never build intimacy with someone that always disappears, run away from conversation, never want to have that conversation. Something happened. Instead of you having that real conversation, you are always on the run. So you cannot build it if you are the one disappearing or your partner. You can never build real conversation. So this is a call to everyone in a relationship, couples. Sit down and have that conversation. Don't run away from it. Yes, it might be discomforting. Yes, it might not sound well, but have it. Sit down and talk about it. So the person who cannot regulate their emotion in dating will destroy the peace in marriage. So you are courting with someone, you are dating someone, whatever you call it, and before the marriage even happens, you cannot regulate your emotion. That is just a time bomb waiting to explode in marriage. So your spouse is not an emotional punching bag. Your spouse is not an emotional punching bag. And silence is not peace. That someone is silent does not uh, uh, means the person is peaceful or doesn't connote peace. No. So silence can be a suppressed war. I don't want to talk about it now. Someone does something, you are heaping it in your heart, and you just leave it. I don't want to talk about it. You are heaping it, you are heaping it, you have the day it will explode. People will be shocked. Is it just this thing that this person is responding or reacting this way? Why? Because silence is a suppressed war. You only keep it for a time. The day it will explode, everyone will be shocked. So your triggers are your responsibility. You don't just, say, okay, this person is my partner. He's supposed to know. He's supposed to understand. The person is not a spirit. When the person was worrying you, the person never told you I'm a spirit, right? The person never did. I'm sure the person never did and said to you, I'm a spirit. So whatever you do, I will know. No, you have to tell the person. You have to control your triggers. What are the things that triggers you? Control them. Put them under control. So the second pillar is identity and wholeness. Identity and wholeness. So singleness is not a problem to solve. That you're single is not a problem. Can we just have that established? So it's a season to build. It is a season to make yourself. It is a season to train yourself, grow, get better at what you do. Not just because you are doing that to please a partner. No, for yourself. So signs that, someone has a broken identity. You always fear of being alone. So you settle for anything that comes your way. You always fear, no, you don't want to be alone. So anything that comes your way, you settle for it. So you lose yourself trying to keep someone, even when the person is abusing you, beating you, whatever, because you are broken. So you just keep yourself. You just keep the relationship, keep the person. So you regularly need constant validation to feel worthy of yourself. You are broken, my dear. You need help. I'll repeat that again. The signs that shows that you are broken. You always fear to be alone. You fear to be alone at all time. So you settle for anything that comes. So you lose yourself trying to, find someone or trying to keep someone rather. You are in a relationship, someone is beating you black and blue. Someone is abusing you, but you can't leave. You say, okay, this one I have, let me keep him. You need constant validation to feel worthy. So because if you don't know who you are bound to accept anything and call it love. I love him. If you don't know who you are bound to accept anything and you call it I love him or I love her. So to the married folks, some of you lost yourself in your marriage. You lost yourself to that amazing, charming, beautiful girl or amazing young man that got married. If you look at yourself 2 years, 10 years down the line, you are like a shadow of yourself. Why did that happen? You have become so focused on keeping the relationship that you stop growing as a person. You have, all you want, my children, my husband. You just lost yourself in the process. You don't even look like who you were before. You don't even know yourself anymore. You are just existing. So not because all of these things are not wrong, that you're taking care of your children, all of that, they're not wrong. But it just means that in course of all of these responsibilities, you just disappeared. You disappeared. That is what it means. So wholeness is not a destination you reach. It's not a destination you reach, before marriage. Nope. It's a commitment you maintain through it. You have to be intentional about you growing, keeping your self-worth, keeping your values, keeping you intact. Responsibilities will always come in. Challenges will always set in. But keeping yourself in the whole process is very key to your wholeness. So the next point is character and discipline. Character and discipline. Can you stay faithful when you are tempted? Can you stay faithful when you are tempted? Can you stay respectful when you are angry? If you see some angry folks here, if they get angry, you will be shocked. It's not this amazing and beautiful person I know. Can you stay respectful when you are angry? Can you stay committed when it hurts? Can you stay committed when things are hard? So what you practice in your private place will always show up in your relationship. There's no two way about it. It will always show up because that is your real identity. That is who you are. So character is what protects your future partner from the worst version of you. So to the married folks, character is what your spouse sees when the romance fades. When you're done with all the lovey-lovey, it is what your partner sees is your character. So I'll just run a little bit fast. The next one, the fourth point is purpose and alignment. So two people can love each other deeply and still be wrong for each other and still not be perfect for each other. You can love the fellow, but it might just not be a good fit for you. Because love alone doesn't create alignment. Love alone doesn't create alignment. Relationship struggles when value clashes. What am I value as a person? What do I stand for? Is there any alignment to yours? Is there any correlation? Can we bring our two values together and it aligns? If the answer is no, then there will be clash in that union. So vision points in different directions. So we are going this way, I'm going that way. Then there's an issue. One person is growing and the other person is just standing still, no growth. One of the issue with that is it will get to a point where there will be no discussion. You guys don't have anything to discuss because you are speaking in that language, she is speaking in this language. So once you guys want to discuss, she will feel that you are speaking too high. She doesn't understand what you're saying. So you just see that you guys will just be existing in that house. That is where it's important. Growth has to be the partners in that union. As one person is growing, the other person also has to grow. Because you ask yourself, what do you do in marriage? You say, okay, you want to have an intimate time with your partner. How many minutes in a full day? Then the remaining hours of the day, what do? You talk, you play. All falls under communication. So imagine if we don't have anything to communicate for, let's say, 12 hours of the day. We don't have anything to communicate. So multiply that 12 hours of the day by 20, let's say 30 days of the month and multiply by 12 months. How many hours do you have? So you see that communication is key and growth has to be the two-party, not just one-sided. So if you have grown apart, the answer is not to leave. No, it is to ask, when did we stop growing together? If you have observed that you have grown apart in your relationship, it's not for you to say, okay, I want to pack off to leave. No. The person you're going to meet, what is the tendency that you guys will still be at par? No. So you have to sit down and have the conversation with your partner and say, when did we stop growing together? What can we do about it? What is the way forward? Don't run away when it is time to have real conversation. To these singles, don't just ask if you like them. Ask if you are going in the same direction. If you are not going in the same direction, forget the love. It will just be a few minutes fantasy that will fade very, very fast. So that is about that. Please, as I'm talking, if you have a question, drop it in the chat. I'll be picking them as I go. All right. I really want to give us, I'm pausing to give us a few seconds to digest what I've been said. that your partner is not going in the same direction with you. What? Sorry, it's not growing. You guys are not growing together. Do not leave that relationship. Do not run away. Sit down and have a conversation. Many are very quick to say, okay, my partner is not cooperating. I try for us to have a conversation, but he always frustrates my efforts. Every time he's not ready for us to have that conversation. How will he be ready when you are commanding him as if he's your child? Nope. You should be respectful. Your husband is not your child, and take it from that angle. It's not your child. So you shouldn't talk to him as if it's your child. Because many times what we have seen in marriage is that women tend to love their children and groom their husband as their child. This is deep. If you're not married, it's okay. But this is what we have seen how that happens in a relationship. So when you want to invite him or invite her for that conversation, be respectful. Also understand that she has a will. She can say yes, she can say no. She has a will. So it's not for you to command her, come, let's have this conversation now. If it is you, would you come? So I want you to be very honest with yourself, not with me. I understand that there are a lot of people streaming on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Facebook. I understand that. So I can't be able to respond to everyone at the same time. But I say, I really want you to be very honest with yourself. So not with the person that is sitting in the same room watching this, live session with you. Just you and your own heart and your own heart. I want you to ask yourself, have I been blaming others? Have I been blaming others instead of working on myself? Have I been blaming others instead of working on myself? The next question is, what pattern keeps showing up in your relationship? What pattern keeps showing up in your relationship? And what does this pattern reveal about you? You were in a relationship before. The person broke up with you, and when the person was leaving, the person says, you nag too much. You go into the second relationship. The person said, you nag too much. The third relationship, the person said, you nag too much. Have you not observed that there is a pattern here? I'm just using that for example. I'm not saying you nag. I know you're beautiful, right? I know you're amazing. I'm not saying you nag. You cannot nag. It's not you. It's a beautiful person. You cannot nag. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, have you not observed a pattern? Something is happening. The first person, second person, most times third person is saying the same thing. Or it might not just be the same words, but they have the same alignment. What does that reveal about you? So if the person I want, for the folks that are not married, if you person you want right now, the Mr. Right, the amazing young dude, looking so beautiful, looking so handsome, if that fellow meet the real you, all of you, with no reservation, would they stay? Would they stay? If you are to be the fellow, the Mr. Right, would you love yourself like this? With this your mouth that cannot stay in one place, would you love yourself? With how untidy you are, would you love yourself like that? With how unkept Everything, I don't mean you, I don't mean you, right? I'm not talking about you, but I'm just, trying to talk about tell that, that character. So we can deal with that character. We can't keep petting it. Let's really look at the situation and deal with it, right? Every time you go to Walmart, you go to Superstore, you must finish all your money before you can leave. In fact, most time you even have to borrow. You don't have a plan, no budgeting, no system in place. All you want is just to squander the money, spend all of them. If it is you that is the right person, would you love you? Would you stay? I really want this to sink, right? So the next point is, or the next question is, what is that area in your life? From all of these points I've given, right? What is that area in your life that you really want to grow? You have identified that this area I'm not doing well. You can come to me, Mr. Ken, and say, hey, I am perfect. And I will say, yes, that's true. Because when you wear your beautiful dress, you actually look perfect. And that's only what I see. I can't see beyond that. I'm not your partner. I don't stay in the same house with you. But when you go to your house and go stand by your mirror, look at yourself, it is only you will see. You won't see me. So that's why I said, do a real and realistic evaluation of you. So what is that one area you know you need to grow in? What is that one area? It's not, you're not doing that for your partner. You're not doing that for your future partner or if you're married, for your partner right now. No, for your future partner. You're just doing that for you. Because there's this satisfaction that comes when you do full evaluation of you and you've been able to identify where the lapses are and you work on it and you grow. There's a satisfaction that comes with that. So one point you have to note today is that healing is your responsibility, not anyone's responsibility, not your partner's responsibility. Because many times we tend to push responsibility to people. No, it's not your partner's responsibility. It is your responsibility for your healing. If you choose not to heal, there is no partner that can be able to help you. No partner. So growth is your responsibility that you have to grow or you are growing. It is your intentional responsibility. Becoming, just like the topics for today, is uh, becoming the right person versus finding the right person. So you becoming is your responsibility. So becoming here speaks of growth. You getting better at yourself, with your character, with everything. No one can do it for you. And no one should have to suffer because you refuse to grow. No one should suffer or should have to suffer because you choose not to be responsible. No one should have to suffer because you choose not to heal of your past wounds. No one should have to suffer. No one deserves that. Even you that's listening to me, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. I'm sure you deserve better. Just the way you deserve better, that is how the young man, that beautiful lady, that's also how she deserves better. So today, what is that thing that you have to unlearn about love before things change for you? If having done this evaluation today, What is that one thing that you have to unlearn and say, no, this one I have to unlearn. I learned this. My mom taught me this. But having listened to Ken today, this thing is not supposed to be. Then you have to unlearn it. And having, from the whole conversation or for the conversation so far, you have seen that, okay, if I unlearn this, probably things will get better. So what is that one thing that you have to unlearn today? So what inner work have you done that you didn't expect relationship would require? What is that inner work that you have done or you did that you didn't expect that relationship will require of you? Now, put yourself as a senior. What would you tell your younger self about becoming versus finding yourself or finding love, whatever the case may be? What would you tell your younger self if you have to, you know, stand as a senior person? What would you tell your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self? Ooh, I really want this to sink, right? I don't just want it to be that I'm just, talking. I really want it to be that you are really doing a lot of reflecting here. You are doing a lot of reflecting because that is the goal. I want you to leave here looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing where the wrinkles are in your face and be able to develop strategies on how to intentionally remove them because your partner deserves better. You also, you deserve better. So let's look at some action plan. So some of you came in today with the intention that I'm going to tell you how to find the right person. Although the discussion is not, really clinging in that direction, but if you follow up, you really see that we're actually telling you on how to find the right person. We're actually telling you on how to find the right person. Because if you can deal with all of this, you will see that finding the right person is not a big deal. So today, I'm actually telling you the harder truth. That's conversation that you don't want to have with anyone or that you're always afraid of having with someone. That's what I'm telling you today. And this conversation will actually free you more than just coming to tell you sweet things. So becoming the right person, the right relationship is possible. So there are 4 growth commitments that you have to intentionally make. 4 growth commitments. Number 1 is self-awareness. Self-awareness means I will stop running from what I see in the mirror. What you see in the mirror is you. You have to intentionally work on it. Number 2 is healing. You tell yourself, I will address what hurt me instead of passing it to others. I will address what hurt me instead of passing it on to others. No one deserves that hurt. Just the way you don't like it, the same way the other person will not like it. So discipline, that's the third point. You tell yourself, I will build the habits that make me someone worth loving. And the next point is accountability. I will surround myself with people who call me higher, not lower. So these are important points for your growth. All this while you have always been running away from that conversation. You have been running away. The time to stop running is now. And do self-awareness. Ensure your healing, discipline, and accountability. The last point, accountability, is truly important because it aids you to surround yourself with people that will be able to call you to order when you are doing the wrong thing. People that will look at your face and won't be afraid to tell you the truth. People that will have high expectation of you and you love and respect them and you wouldn't want to disappoint them. So, everyone that have been watching so far, in this week or this weekend, what is that one area or what are the area in your life that you want to work on this weekend? It's not about, joining the section and just hearing me talk. What are the areas that you want to intentionally work on? What action will I take this week? Or let's say next week, or this weekend, or from now to the end of next weekend? What action would you be taking? What action? Please, if you have a question, put it in the chat. I will take them as I go. So this is not just about vague comments of vague writings or things you want to do. No, it's about one thing, clear, very concise, that you want to do this week or next week or this weekend. It has to be definite. It has to be clear. No vague intention, no vague comment, no vague writing. So to every one of us, God is not withholding love from you. God is not withholding love from you. Rather, he is preparing you for it. And preparation takes longer than we want. Why? Because what is being built lasts long. So the right relationship is not found by luck. It is not. It is sustained by two people who refuse to stop becoming better. The right relationship is not found by luck. You can like a fellow because of probably how beautiful the person looks, how amazing the back look, or how beautiful the front look. That's okay. But that is only like. Staying in the relationship, all of those features will not be able to keep the person in that relationship. It's about the two of you in that relationship being intentional and decided not to stop becoming better. So someone somewhere is hoping you will show up whole, not broken, not injured. That's what somebody is hoping for. And that's what the person is asking me to tell you today. That I'm hoping that this person can just be whole. The person is not looking for you to be perfect. No. So do the work right now, just for you. You're not doing the work for them. Why? Because you deserve to be the right person too. You deserve to be that person that will put smiles by your presence. Smiles can be put on someone else's face. So you deserve that. So this is it for me. And before I go ahead to take your questions, I want to pray for you. That the Lord will do an amazing work in you that you cannot do by yourself. That the Lord will heal your broken wounds, your broken hearts, and correct what is crooked, build what is missing, help you to enter love, healed from brokenness, demanding to be fixed, but whole, humble, and ready. That the Lord will make you the right person. In Jesus' name. Amen. So that's my prayer for you. That you not enter relationship broken. That you won't enter relationship broken. Because all you will end up doing is just to be damaging things that you will regret later. So in Jesus' name, amen. So I want to take your questions right now if you have one. All right. Is any question anywhere? If you have any question, please drop it in the chat. Okay. There's no question anywhere, and I'm so happy that at least someone got something, and the section was self-explanatory, and everyone understood what was said. So thank you so much, everyone. Please be intentional about your growth. Be intentional about your relationship. Don't let someone cry because of your character. Don't. Don't let someone die because of your character, because of things that you have refused to mend or to heal or intentionally work on. So it's important that you work on yourself, grow, get better. That is the idea. So if you have any questions, don't forget at any time, drop in the chat. We're always very responsive to our chats. We'll look at our chat very well. So drop in the chat and we'll be able to look at it and give you a response. So thank you everyone for joining us today in this session. And I hope someone got something. To those in YouTube, thank you so much.